Hey there everyone. It was brought to my attention that the last video that I created for how to connect Google Scholar to the SDSU library didn't have any sound. So I created this video right after the meeting with Linda Salem, the College of Education librarian, because she didn't cover this piece and I thought it might be helpful for you all. So I'm going to do it again, and hopefully this time with sound. Please let me know if this recording does not have sound when you listen to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our browser, and we are going to go to using Google Chrome or Safari or Internet Explorer. It doesn't really matter. We're going to go to Google. At least we're going to start from Google. And from there, one of the tools that I've used for a number of years that has been really easy and helpful for me to use is Google Scholar. Some of you may be familiar or comfortable with this tool. To go to Google Scholar, we're going to go to scholar.google.com. And from this page, we're going to go up here to the upper left-hand corner where there's 3 horizontal bars. We're going to click on that, and we're going to go to Settings. And from there, we're going to go to Library Links. This is how we're going to connect Google Scholar to the SDSU library. And you can actually do this to any libraries that you may have access to. For example, in my joint doc program, I had access to both SDSU's library and Claremont Graduate University's library. So if you have access through work or through some sort of other position, another library, you can do this here. And we're going to go to this window and we're going to type in SDSU. And we're going to click search, and you'll see a number of these different sites that pop up, or these check boxes that pop up. We're going to click all of the ones that say San Diego State University, and we're going to click save. And then I'm going to give you an example of how this will make a difference when you do a Google search on a topic of your choice. So let's say we were interested in narrative therapy work with PTSD survivors. We'll click on that, and it will take us to a Google search. And on the right-hand side, this is what's going to be a bit different. You'll notice that there is a link here to a PDF copy of the article, as well as find it at SDSU. So when we went up here and went to settings and connected it to the SDSU library, it now has put links to the SDSU library and these articles within our search window. So if we're lucky and it has a PDF, you just click on that and it will hopefully take you to that document's site. If it doesn't have a PDF, but it does have a find it at SDSU, then we can click on that. And it will take us to the SDSU library, and from there we can sign in using our email address and ID. Let's see if I remember mine. Okay, and then from there, looks like we're still having the same issue that we had with Linda Salem, where there has been an issue with the server tonight and it's not connecting to the articles within the SDSU website. But in the future, if you were to do that and you go to Google and then click the SDSU library, that link should work. It's not doing it tonight, but it should work in the future. And then the other interesting link that I thought you might benefit from within Google Scholar, we'll go to the same search, is this quotation mark right here. If we click on that, it'll bring up the citations for that article in a variety of different reference formats. From that, we can either click on it and click, oopsies, that didn't work. We'll click on that again. We'll right click and click copy, or within that we can highlight, and if you're on a Mac, the Apple C, and then we can copy it over to let's open this up, and to a Word document. My computer's being slow tonight. And then another thing to note as we're waiting for Word to open is at the bottom here, you'll see, give me 1 second, I'll open this up and it's a blank document. Go back over here, you'll see the bib text, EndNote, RefWorks, and RefMan available. These are citation managers. EndNote is what I have. You can see it down here. That unfortunately is a paid service. It actually may be available through SDSU, but you would have to hunt that down. And then from there you can copy it over. And then pretty easily, let's see, view, ruler, bring this over here and make this truly APA formatted. And there you go. So that's a quick way of doing an APA formatted in-text citation. Now, if you were to click EndNote here, it was going to download a file, which then you can open. And let's choose application. If we were to choose EndNote, then this should load all of that information into my EndNote application, and that's kind of cool for a variety of reasons. It provides me a place to organize my articles. It also provides me a place to actually highlight on the computer and annotate on the computer those articles and then keep them organized. So it's a good tool if you do pursue research or education in the future. That might be a good tool for you. I'll show you how it works. And then I'll show you some sites where you can do both EndNote and other ones that actually are free. So give me a quick second here. I'll show you that and then we'll be all done with this video. We'll click that. We'll click open. Normally it doesn't take this much. This is just because I'm actually logged on as a different version of myself on my computer because I didn't want to have my messages, my text messages popping up as we were doing this. So this looks like it's probably not going to work right now. Let's just choose this and see if it works. Anyways, this is what EndNote looks like. You'll have all of the different articles that you save here. The PDFs will show here. You can annotate them and whatnot. And then actually, if you were in a Word document, you could click Insert Text, and it would do an in-text citation within the body of the document and then put the reference in at the end of the document all automatically. It's pretty handy. So if you start doing that, if you start doing a lot of research outside of this course, that might be worthwhile. For the purposes of this course, it probably won't be helpful. In fact, when I used EndNote for my dissertation, it ended up becoming a bit of a headache. So I wouldn't recommend that for the minimal amount of research that you have to do for your final project and for that annotated bibliography. So for the purposes of this class, I recommend using the library resources covered by Linda Salem, Google Scholar that I'm covering in this video, and I also recommend using the quotation marks in either Google Scholar or in the SDSU library connections to put together your citations. Lastly, if we go back to Google here, I just wanted to show you, in case you really wanted to use a citation manager, if you go to best citation managers on Google, it brings up a list. Mendeley is free, Zotero is free. The others I'm not so sure about. EndNote I know is you pay for, but I highly recommend it. But Mendeley, I have a bunch of peers who use that. Zotero the same. Those would be free versions of a similar type of program. Okay, hope that's helpful for you. I think it's a good complement to Linda Salem's video, especially if you're familiar with using Google and you're comfortable on that platform, this is one way of connecting both SDSU and the power of Google together. Okay, have a great night, and I'll post this online.